Hello and welcome back to another Reality Check Tech Review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Phenyx Pro PTU-7000. This is a 4-channel wireless microphone system with adjustable frequencies, IR synchronization, auto scan, and a range of up to 328 feet, which we're not going to actually get to test that here today, but we're going to test all the other aspects and see for ourselves exactly what this system sounds like. It's great for semi-professional setups, especially if you're going to be doing things like small events, gatherings, church things, weddings, anything where you just need to have basically 4 channels. So it's not going to be able to do huge, large shows, but at the same time, it's also bigger than something that you would need if you're going to be doing something like small or basically just in your home, right? It's a little overkill for the basic home type. I spent over a decade in the event production space and got to play with all kinds of different equipment, and this kind of stuff is just really the thing that gets me excited. So I want to jump into it. I want to play with the frequencies auto scan system. I want to make sure that it works the way that it says it is. And of course, because it is rack mountable, we're going to be able to get ourselves set up for the next situation. Let's go. Let's get started. Come on. Ah, okay, from this side. Okay, well the first thing we can see is that it's well organized and nicely protected, and everything here in the P2U-7000-6000 series, this one is the 7000 series, is going to be included in the manual so we can take a look and get some information about the transmitter. I can tell you right now, if you're used to this kind of equipment at all, this is going to be a pretty easy setup and you probably won't need this manual, even so I'm going to keep it nearby just in case. So the first thing we're going to look at, and the most important thing, is of course the actual rack mount. This is our console. This is the device that's going to be actually receiving the signal from our microphone and emitting a signal so that it can actually be received properly. So.
Your voice cut through with auto scan. It finds your jam. 4 channels strong. It's the mic program. 3 to 8 feet. We're going the distance. No dropouts here, just pure persistence. Whoa, crystal clear sound. Yeah, let's turn it around. The mic and sing, wireless mic system, it's your performance king. All metal frame, it's built so tough. This system's a pro, no amateur stuff.
All right, so let's take a look at everything we have here in the pack. First, we have 4 transmitters. These are the UHF body packs. These are the wireless transmitters that take the microphone signal and send it over to the actual rack-mounted hardware that we have. And then next, with those, it comes with 4 headset mics. Each of these mics just simply snaps right into the body pack, and from there you have a nice little headset mic that you can very easily move around to get comfortable, to get the best position, and right next to your cheek, near your mouth, not necessarily in front of your mouth, but near your mouth, and then it will give you a nice good signal. This is good for all types of different events and for situations. So there's 4 of these right here, which will all work with it. On top of that, it also comes with 4 of these lavalier mics. So these lavalier mics are very typical of what you see when people are doing interviews of different kinds. Sometimes they hold them in their hands, other times they put them on their lapel, like sometimes they're also called lapel mics. So these lavalier mics are going to be nice and useful for many different situations, and we have 4 of those for the body packs. For each of the body packs, we have a set of batteries because each of the body packs are going to use these. Some people are going to complain and say, I wish I had rechargeable packs, because a lot of these things do have rechargeable packs with lithium batteries built into them. The problem with that is if you're ever at an event or a show and your lithium battery is going low, you either have to have something directly plugged into it, which can create noise for audio, or if you have a hot swappable battery situation, you can just very, very quickly change the batteries and you're ready to rock. So in many production situations, people will very much prefer to have batteries as opposed to actual inbuilt lithium situations, unless they are hot swappable, right? Meaning that you can keep them on while you change the battery. And so then next we have these 4 different antennae. These antennae are all going to attach to the actual base unit. And what I mean by that is this unit right here. This is our receiver, right? That's going to be taking all the signals in. And on the back, you can see that we have these different spots right here. This is where we can very easily go ahead and spin in our different pieces, and if we spin them the right way, you can see we can actually then get them to look up. So I'm gonna go ahead and put them all in right now. We'll go ahead and just very lightly spin them until we can actually feel them click in the right spot. We're gonna make sure we click them in, and once they're clicked in, oh, there we go. And as I was mentioning before, sometimes if you're doing just like a small event and you only need one receiver, they've had these little tiny Sennheiser receivers that can just do very simple things. These are very high-end units that are quite expensive. Even so, this thing is meant for very small events and doesn't handle 4 different channels, whereas this one right here can handle the 4 channels. So I'm really excited about being able to use this for events when I've got more people, especially in podcast situations where it's very possible I'm going to want to have different guests on. And in that case, I can just put a lapel mic on every single person, plug this bad boy in, and I'll be ready to go. So for my podcast, this is going to be a very useful piece of equipment, and I'm going to go ahead and get it tested out here. So we're going to go ahead and hook it up to my sound system over here on my computer, and then we're going to give it a listen. Let's go. Of course, the rack-mounted unit needs its power supply, which we have right there, and it also does come with this little audio cable, which has a nice little adapter for a 3.5 millimeter jack from the 1/4 inch that's underneath it. So yeah, that's going to be nice and useful. So let's go try that out.
Performance king.
All right, guys, so we just finished the unboxing of the Phenyx Pro PTU-7000 series. That's right, this was the 4B version with the 4 different lapel microphones and the 4 headsets. And right now I'm wearing the headset and the lapel microphone, and you're actually listening to me through both of those things right now. So we're connected to the actual Phenyx Pro unit over here, and you can see we can actually put these different wireless receivers in a different coordination depending on where we are, if we're in an area that needs it. Also, they do have an auto scanning feature, so they're going to try to pick the best frequency in the area that we are, and if we have any issues with that, we can very quickly change them, and they're going to then auto scan and connect. Right now we have 2 of the units hooked up, so we can see there's a little IR light turned on right there and a little IR light turned on right here. Again, that means there's 4 channels with 40 selectable frequencies in the 500 megahertz band. So I'm going to go ahead and actually take this lapel microphone and mute it right now, so you can hear me only through the headset microphone. The headset microphone is what's going on right now. So I'm going to let you listen to the headset microphone, and depending on how close I put it next to my mouth, and depending on how far I put it from my mouth, you're going to be able to hear me at different styles of sound. But these are cardioid microphones. It's meant only to get your voice, when it's coming around, and not all the extra sounds. So as you listen to me move the microphone again away from my mouth and close to my mouth, you're going to notice there's going to be a lot of things like popping sounds or sounds if you get too close, if the air is going to hit it. So you're going to have to make sure that you adjust it so that it's not going to get the actual air from your mouth, from the pops and things like that. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to mute this microphone on the headset. I'm going to turn back on the lapel microphone. So you're currently listening to me through the lapel microphone. As you can hear right there, this microphone is not doing anything. Actually, we'll just go ahead and take that off just for a moment. So with the lapel microphone, you can hear I can get some things done right now. So we're going to go ahead and actually do a quick little run, right? We're going to run around as long as you can hear me right now. It's working. So this thing says it's got 328 feet. The thing with that is that, it runs out. Nope, can't do that one. The baby's sleeping, can't go very far. Yep, nope. Let's go ahead and switch back and forth again because I want you to hear the differences between these 2 microphones. Let's go ahead. Put on the headset. All right. And muting the lapel microphone again. So we're back to the headset microphone. All right. And if we take a look over here, you can notice that we have the ability to change the volumes on each of the different microphones right over here. So we can change this volume up or down. Up or down's channels set changes frequency. This over here is going to change the gain from each of the microphones. And that's only going to affect the microphones when they're going out through XLR ports right back here. These XLR ports are going to be the individual channels for the actual microphones. If you want to get the mix, which is what you're listening to right now, this is the 1/4 inch going to the mix out, which has all of the channels combined. So, and I currently have that hooked up over into, if you look at it, my little focus over there. So we've got the focus accepting the actual signal for that. And then as I'm talking, you can see it blinking in there right now. Normally, I'm going to be hooking up to a Rodecaster, so the setup's going to work great, especially for those XLR ports, and having the individual microphones, being able to go into the individual channels of the Rodecaster is exactly what I need. So that's going to be great. It's going to be great. Quick note, they mentioned that each of their packs is generally going to last about 8 hours with 2 AA batteries. So if you're going to be doing a show for more than 8 hours, make sure you have backup AA batteries on you. Or if you're somebody who does the rechargeable ones, just, bring a whole set, right? It's going to be nice and simple in that respect. And yeah, about 8 hours at a time. So plan accordingly right there. And again, 328 feet precisely is what they put on there. So somebody's gonna have to test that, since I don't have the space to test that with my unit, considering that it's a rack built one and I'm not doing outdoor events. It's not something that I'm going to be running. Again, if it's something that you do need to be tested, go ahead and leave a comment and I will be happy to try to do some tests if it's going to help somebody in some way. Suitable for DJs and bands, weddings, small events, and all kinds of things, and podcasts too.
Suitable for all the events, all the events. All the events all over the world. Whether it's wrong or right, we want honor world. All the world.
Okay, no, seriously, one of the nice things about these kinds of patterns, or at least these kinds of microphones in the professional community, is that they don't give a lot of feedback. So if you do have a microphone system or just a simple audio overhead system, these are generally not going to give you that high screeching audio feedback that we're so used to in years past. So again, one thing that you're going to have to make sure to do is get it in the right spot so you're not getting that feedback. I'm going to go ahead and actually turn both microphones on at the same time. Since I have them, yeah, we're going to go ahead and listen to both of the microphones at the same time. We're going to turn off this microphone by holding down the power button. We're going to turn off the lapel microphone, and you can see, check, check, check. Infrared is on, but it's not actually receiving any signal right now. If I go ahead and turn this one on, we're going to see, all right, now we have this microphone starting to work. So as I mentioned a few different times, there is an auto scanning feature with this microphone. And the way that you do that is if you look in the pack here, there is a spot right there that says the IR. Well, the IR sensor is right there inside the pack. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the pack. You'll notice the channel is 5.6, right? 5.6. This one says 5.6. If I long press and it finds 5.1. It says, hey, 5.1 is a great channel. 5.1's awesome, all right? The problem is, if I look at this one right now, it's still set to, what? 5.6, right? 5.6, and it needs to be set to 5.1, not 5.6. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here now. You got to open it so you can actually see it. Now you can see it. And we're going to hit the button again. All right, there it goes. Oh, yeah, now you can see 5.1. There it is, 5.1. So just to demonstrate one more time with this other pack, since we're on this one right here. The one thing I don't like about these things, guys, I do not like these doors. I'm not a fan of the plastic hinge doors, because with the plastic hinge doors, they can break. And if they break, during the middle of an event or a show or something like that, you're going to have to then tape them on and then taking the tape on and off to put the batteries in. That's not going to be fun. So if I could just get some positive feedback, or some critical feedback, it would be that we need to go ahead and fix this. This is not cutting it for me. I'm not a fan of the plastic hinges in there. It's not easy to get it in and out. So anyway, the window right here for the IR sensor is right there. Again, the channel for this one right now says 9.4. So if I put it up there, you're going to see the channel says 9.4. And if I go over here, you're going to see 9.4 is the channel right there that we have. If I hold down the set button, it's going to find 8.9. Oh, 8.9 is now the new channel. So with 8.9, we then again need to just hit the set button, F button, and then just finishes. And now we have this one saying 8.9 as well. So nice and easy. It does work. So, all right, there we go. There we go, guys. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, so we've got this Phenyx Pro PTU-7000 kit working right now. I'm going to go ahead and unmute this headset microphone again and go ahead and mute the lapel microphone. Yeah, why not? We'll end it this way. What else did we miss? Did we miss anything? Okay, I'm actually very excited about this thing. It has a lot of professional features at a semi-reasonable cost, considering that it is a few $100s, but it's got an all-metal, very sturdy build. as you can hear when I'm pushing it right there. I mean, considering what it is, it really is a lot for the price. Having 4 different microphones and 2 different ways to use each of the microphones, considering there's the headset and the lapel microphone option for each one of these. Really, it gives you everything you need to get started from the get-go. So I'm pretty excited to actually get to use this in a real life situation. Be prepared to have an updated video where I do kind of the review, where I show off, you know, my actual use cases where you can actually hear it for yourself and see it for yourself, being used live with 4 different people at once. So I look forward to that time. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing and the first look of the Phenyx Pro PTU-7000-4B. Again, this is something that I'm super excited to use for a few different things, but again, mostly for the podcast situation over on the Christcast. So if you want to check that out, feel free. It's on YouTube. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys' support here on Reality Check VR, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, see you.
Phenyx Pro wireless microphone system. You know. And when you know what you know, you shrug and say, hey, whether it's wrong or right, we want all the world to be heard.